Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm live and I think that the mic is actually working this time. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm going to check this to make sure that I can be heard. Okay, I can. Wow. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just did I did a whole live with no sound. And oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm not that great or anything. But I mean, I went into some depth stuff and I don't want to redo it all. I just don't. I don't want to redo all that. So, but gosh, this is an intense week because we have the full moon in Scorpio and like I was saying on my other live with no sound. The lead up to the full moon in Scorpio, which the full moon at apex is Monday night. So the lead up, Sunday and Monday, it's going to be intense times. These are intense times. So I really want to give you guys a little bit, and I don't have the energy to go through everything that I went through and to talk about all the stuff that I talked about on my other live. I'm now on my new computer. I was going to go live on my new computer. I was all set up to go live. It was time to go live, and the settings weren't right. So I went and grabbed my old computer really fast. I ran back in here and I sat down and I did it on my old computer. So this is my new computer, new webcam. I think I look a little bit different. And I think, I put away my lighting. That's why. Because I was done, we'd done the live and then there was no sound. So it's okay. It happens. It happens. These things happen. It's a test from the universe, or maybe it's not even a test from the universe. It's just you can use it as an opportunity for a test. But today, I feel like the day of this live is a very tested day. It's been very tested. People are all in their fields, and it's been kind of crazy. So I definitely feel tested. That was crazy to do a full hour-long live with no sound. So. But I do want to go over the astrology of the week so that, so that it's out there with sound, because this is such an intense week. The idea of not even putting my word out there of how we can take advantage of these energies and do our best with them. Although I said I did so much on the other live. Oh, well. I'm just going to go through my notes really quick, guys. I'm just going to read you guys my notes so that I can move on and I can say that it's out there with some sound. So, yeah, here we go. Last week recap, what surfaced emotionally, looking at what surfaced emotionally last week so that we can clean it out this weekend, because it's going to all be brought to the light next week. The theme last week was I belong in soul truth. So we were asking, where do I no longer belong? Midweek, or the sun was in mid-Taurus. The sun moved from 14 degrees Taurus to 20 degrees Taurus, which is where we're at today. And it was from understanding to feeling everything, which is where we're moving into now, into next week. We're feeling everything, and it's time to sort out our feelings. And it really is best to try to sort out our feelings, figure out where our feelings belong, and then process them from there. Is this feelings from the past, feelings about the present, feelings about the future? Is this my feelings? Is this my mate's feelings? Whose feelings are these? It's okay to feel the feelings of other people, but understand that that's theirs, and it really is their responsibility to process their feelings, just like it's your responsibility to process your feelings, because you can't feel feelings for anyone but yourself. So that's the only reason why. It's not because we're trying to be a big bugaboo or anything, but you can only feel feelings for yourself. So a lot of feelings processing going on into the next week. We've been grounding real values, grounding our self-worth, grounding our money, grounding our body. And that grounding is really going to be necessary moving into next week. We're going to really need that grounding. Grounding is going to be so important. If you could just start your day every morning with like a small ritual outside meditation, humming, meditation, just touch the ground, touch a tree, really try to get in touch with the earth and help ground yourself before moving forward. This next week is going to be intense. It's going to be intense. Starting with Sunday, May 11th, I call this the red flag energy. This is the day the full moon is apexing. The moon is already in Scorpio, and the moon will be conjunct Black Moon Lilith, and Black Moon Lilith moves to 5 degrees Scorpio. So intrusive thoughts are happening. People are having intrusive thoughts. If you don't realize that you're not your thoughts, that you are in control of your thoughts, like you're in control of whether it stays, not whether it shows up. Sometimes thoughts just show up and you decide if it's going to stay. I'm kind of rushing through this, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, the moon will be conjunct Black Moon Lilith at 5 degrees. So we're really going to be feeling those intrusive thoughts. Those intrusive thoughts they're kind of ride in with the feeling waves. So they're going to feel really real. And our job is to understand that we don't belong holding on to these negative thoughts. You don't belong beating yourself up. You don't belong looking at everything that's wrong in the world. You belong thinking for strength. And like I said, and the other one, humanity's at a point where we're building discernment. We're learning discernment. We've learned the manos. We've learned the mind. We've learned how to understand. Now it's time to learn how to discern. And discern is understanding right from wrong. And it's not easy. It's not black and white. There's tons of gray in the middle. And we're trying to learn that discernment sword, and we're going to have a chance to sharpen our discernment this week, because some things, they look like it could be evil, but it could be used for good. Some things look really good, but can be used for evil and is being used for evil. And it's time for us to discern the truth in those things. And truth will be coming out to light. I feel like this week, a lot of truths will be exposed. A lot of stuff is going to be exposed. But starting with Sunday, this red flag energy, intrusive thoughts are showing up. We're feeling intrusive thoughts. Neptune is semi-sextiling Mercury. Distorted thinking is happening. We're not truly seeing the possibilities, but we think that we are. And yeah, my advice, don't believe everything that you think. Slow down and protect your headspace. Know that you're not your thoughts, but you can decide which thoughts stay, which thoughts go. Moving on to Monday, May 12th. This is the full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. Volatile, full moon in Scorpio. And I do expect that the lead up is going to be worse than the actual apex. And then from there, it's going to start to feel a little bit lighter for a couple days before we get more electric. But, well, Tuesday's electric too. But yeah, Monday, the full moon in Scorpio, 22 degrees, sort out those feelings, know where they go, process your feelings, let other people process theirs. This is the emotional climax. It's a death and rebirth energy. So let the old you die and let the new you be reborn, loving and trusting the process and taking care of yourself, because you're going to be a new reborn, so take care of yourself, love and protect yourself. The sun is at 22 degrees Taurus, which is about transformation. And this is a day to release control, release fear, release possessiveness, allow flow, because Tuesday is going to be very electric. May 13th. Mercury is opposing Black Moon Lilith, so sharp words and mental triggers. Mental triggers are going to trigger sharp words. People are going to say things that they regret, especially people that are not aware of this energy and not taking advantage of being their best self in this energy. So instead, they're going to be unaware and they're going to allow those mental triggers to trigger sharp words that end up in regrets and end up not leading to anywhere except for what you were afraid. And the sun will also be semi-sextiling Jupiter, so we will be able to expand these thoughts, expand these beliefs. That can go good, that can go bad. If people are believing, oh, she's out to get me, they're going to expand that thought, and then they're going to do something about it, and it's not going to be good because she wasn't out to get you. You expanded an illusion. The chance to expand illusion and bad thoughts is there. So to be aware and take advantage of this is to understand that the mental triggers are an illusion. Anything that you feel triggered by, you take care of yourself. You feel like she's betraying you, well, then I'm going to show up for me. I feel like they're letting me down, well, then I'm going to build me up. Show up for yourself how you feel they're not showing up for you, and you be the one to show up for yourself and expand that belief in yourself, expand self-trust, self-belief that you can actually make the best out of this. Tuesday, the question is, ask, what outdated beliefs are you still clinging to that no longer serve you and need to be let go? So there's some things that these beliefs, they don't serve you anymore. They're not working for you, and let go of them, especially if they're tied to the mental triggers. The mental triggers are helping you see the outdated beliefs that no longer serve so that you can change that perspective. And Wednesday and Thursday, the sun will be at 24 degrees and 25 degrees Taurus, which is about creating and feeling faithful. So we're going to be harmonizing our values with our self-trust. Wednesday and Thursday are the sunny days. They're the lull. They're the time that we can take to breathe. It's being willing to move forward through the hurt, being willing to move forward with the intention to heal even though we're still wounded. The advice for Wednesday and Thursday is create trust, not fear. Here you can create a lot of fear that you're not going to be able to find your healing. You're not going to be able to move forward, but allow yourself to move forward. Trust and believe in yourself. Build that trust for yourself and release the fears, or face the fears so that they can see how wrong you are. Like you can say, yeah, fear, you're valid, but we're going to go anyway. And then it's like, oh yeah, you were valid, but it didn't turn out that way. That's how you can deal with fear. I feel it like a maximal level. So Friday, May 16th is an intellectual day. Jupiter will be sextiling Chiron. So there's an opportunity for mental growth and identifying our wounds in a way that we can get creative about finding solutions, creative healing possibilities, finding the possibility for new ways to move forward with our intention to heal, even though we're still hurt and wounded. The moon will also be in Capricorn by Friday, so we will be able to start to ground that emotional tone, which will be so necessary because Saturday, May 17th is electric with the sun conjunct Uranus at 27 degrees Taurus through in values, money, and stability. So I feel like instability is going to bring a new stability. I feel like breakthroughs. I feel like this could be something to do. I don't know nothing about this Dogecoin stuff, but I don't know. It could be something to do with that. There's a change in the money. There's a change in the money systems that is possible with this type of energy. Mercury is also semi-sextiling Venus on the exact same day. So we will have the opportunity to tap into clarity on love and self-worth, but it's not obvious. You have to look for it. The clarity is there, but you're going to have to look for it, kind of energy. And open up to loving yourself more. Open up to loving actions that'll help you find that mental clarity and understand your self-worth more. The advice for Saturday is expect shocks, but they should be freeing. big truths will begin to land. I feel like the Scorpio full moon is going to highlight what's in the closet. I hope you've been cleaning out your closet because again, come through and we're going to be shining a bright light on everybody's closet. Truths are going to come out. And Saturday, the impact of those truths and what this means for society, for us moving forward, it's really going to land. And it's going to be a shock because it's like, we find out on Monday that all of this dirt is there, and then on Saturday we realize the implications of the fact that the dirt's there. It's always been there, and what does that mean, and how do we take care of this, and how are we going to clean this up, that kind of energy. So there's a chance to use this for positive good. It's definitely an intense week, and I feel like I gave it way more in my life that had no sound. So I'm sorry, guys, but I'm thankful that I'm able to be here now. And the collective guidance that I have for this week is challenge those intrusive thoughts, challenge the obsessive emotions, challenge the fear. Don't move with it, challenge it. And with Black Moon Lilith and Mercury, there's the opposition. It brings mental shadows versus clarity. So be willing to ground your thoughts, be willing to ground the thoughts that bring clarity and move through the shadows and see the purpose in the shadows. With this full moon, Monday and Tuesday, emotional intensity, possible global shakeups, some secrets may be revealed this week, so keep an eye out. Opportunities for you to take advantage of. This week is an opportunity to innovate your relationship with money, food, and love systems. This week also gives you the opportunity to grow through your imperfections and to see how your imperfections don't actually hold you back as much as you thought that they did. Also, this week is an abundance window. Manifest with faith and not fear and see the abundance fall into your life. So the final guidance that I have is protect your thoughts. Remember, you are not your thoughts, but you can be in control of your thoughts. Make mind control be your job for yourself and your thoughts. Honor your emotional mess. Purging is a part of the progress. And use Lilith's fire for power, not sabotage. Don't listen to all the intrusive thoughts about how she's betraying me or he's doing me dirty, and look at ways that you can be there for yourself and use this to empower yourself to be better yourself and to show up better for yourself. So, and for all y'all that would like to journal this week, the journal prompt that I have for you is, what am I afraid to release that's already gone? So there's something that it's already gone, but you still holding on. Why are you holding on to it? Why do you want to hold on to it? What does it do for you? All right, guys. So I really wanted to go into that. Let me tell you guys about what I've been doing with the Mystic Hillbillie. So I have that stuff said. I've been working on the spiritual protection course, and I have finished lesson 4. And I'm working on chapter 4 in the spiritual protection course. If you've been feeling energetically attacked, scattered, or just exhausted, this is the course you've been waiting for. Stay close. Early access is coming soon. I've also been working on my master book. This is a book that I've been working on for 5 years, and for the last 3 years, I take time to sit down and write, even if it's just a paragraph a day. I write a little bit on it every day. I thought that it was going to be done and released in 2025. There's so much more that I want to go into this book, and it's going to be so much more. Whenever I thought that it was done, it was about 300 pages long. Now that I've been adding more and more, I'm up to 500 pages, and I'm like, okay, this is like a big book, but it's my master book, something that I've been working on. I just wanted to share that with you guys in this live. It'll probably be ready for release in 2026, but we'll see. I'm not even sure what's going to be named. I might tell you guys more about it later, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I've been working on the moon guides, and we have the Scorpio moon guide in the Mystic Library live now. So you can go to the Mystic Library at celestialgrove.academy and you can check out the Scorpio moon guide, and there is a full moon ritual under Scorpio there before the full moon, so you can take advantage of this full moon in Scorpio. And there's so much more to the moon guides, though. It goes into so much depth of the Scorpio moon, so you guys want to check that out. It's $22 in the Mystic Library, but you can get it for $12 with the code LUNAR10, and you can get $10 off. So, and this week I've also been working on the Gemini moon guide, so that will be going live next week, the Gemini moon guide, so you guys can have it in time for the Gemini new moon. And finally, subscribe at celestialgrove.academy. You will get sacred updates, no spam. Includes a free spiritual protection PDF as my gift to you whenever you subscribe. This isn't just content, it's a mystic university for your soul. So, all right, guys, I had to get that plug in there too. And then, oh goodness, for this live redo, I do want to read to you guys the card that came out for the Lemurians, because it was so beautiful, and I was so grateful that they came through to give us that message for the week. So this was the card that came out in the live that did not have sound. So I want to read it to you guys. So, gracious receptivity. If there were a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It's the backbone of all spiritual practice. When we shift our perception from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for the other. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together, they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listening. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From here, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. All right, guys, so really, I feel like it's coming through to say that the key to making it through this emotional, intense, shake 'em up type of week that we're about to face is gratitude. Be grateful for all that you have. I know that I'm so grateful for all of you guys, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to redo this live. I'm grateful for the lessons that I get to learn from, doing a live with no sound. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. So I'm so grateful. I hope that you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I did a whole live with no sound, but it is what it is. And thank you guys. So there you guys go. I just wanted to put this out here because I needed to have that week, because this is an intense week. It's not a week that is. So I needed to say something about it. I hope it helps. And anything that you guys can say in the comments to let us know how to ride these intense waves, to give us advice, it's welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, stay blessed with love.